It's around 10 to 4 now. It's clouded over on 1st of Feb. Just having a look at some of the snowdrops that are out. Some are just coming up, some are out. The snowdrop hunt, we've got some daffodils coming through there. I think these could be crocuses or something at some point. Let's have a look up here, see what we've got. Yeah, sun's gone in now. Got some tiny little snowdrops here, just barely poking through down there. And then what have we got here? A little tiny one there, a few little things coming through there. Some bigger ones here, but the one next to this heather that's been flowering for a while. You can see a few there, and then a little few here. So there's a dotted about. That bush has been sort of in a little white flowering for a while. And there's also a few on the verge as well. Though the blackbirds have been out and they've been digging up the leaves there from underneath the hedge and sort of smothering the snowdrops that are here. So under here there is actually some very delicate snowdrops peeping through, but the birds have been under the hedge and sort of flicked out all these leaves. So you can see some more there on the verge, and some very small ones as well, just up here, just on the corner, peeping through on the verge. Yeah. And then even down here there's a few. So they're just knocking about, but some are quite weak. Some are bigger than others. Down there, underneath the leaves and things. So another one of these trees which is sort of flowers in the winter. Same as the one at the back garden. All these leaves can just be swept easily just back under the hedge. It just sort of provides food for the hedge. Protects the hedge from drying out and its roots and stuff as well. It's easy to do, but I'll do it when it's a bit drier. Still a bit damp, the ground. You can see all the sort of bulbs poking through there, look, on that one, just been sitting in there all year. Poking through. Hostas are still dormant. Soon enough they'll start growing again. Yeah, so coming up to 4 o'clock Sunday afternoon, beginning of February. Did trim some of these laurels, and then that'll encourage them to bush out a bit. So it seems a bit of a shame to do. It's just little, in the tubs here, but if you trim them, like here, look, I've trimmed both of those tops off and encourage it to thicken up at the bottom. Here as well, I've cut quite a few tops off just to encourage more bushiness. And then all becomes very handy if ever you need some hedging or as a gap appears, you've got them ready. They all just come from seeds, all these just dropped off. The laurel bush, bigger laurel bushes just come from seeds, the sort of self-seed in here. You can see, you know, there's holly seeds, sort of set seed in here, and there's leilandi, and then they just self-seed these little laurels. You can see a few. So we just sort of dig them out. There's one there as well next to us, like a holly, two hollies and a laurel there, you can see. Just dig them out, put them into little pots to start them off with. So you've just got the tiny little seedlings, and then as they grow bigger and bigger, put them in bigger pots. And then, you know, these bigger pots should last a few years for them to grow. And then they'll just either be ornamental, or we can use them for hedging at some point in case we ever need to. Because otherwise, when they get to sort of pot size like that, they're, yeah, I mean, 15, 20, 30 quid sometimes, even more, depends how big they are, per plant. So I might as well just keep the little seedlings and grow them on. And these ones I've got a bit of netting just to protect, where I had planted some of the spring bulbs in them, just to protect them from the squirrels coming. But once they're growing, it should be okay. But I'll just get the netting on for now, it's not doing any harm. Yeah, we'll go and have a little look, see if there's anything in the woodland today. And temperature is currently 7.1 degrees. I might come and clear some of this ivy pretty soon. It's starting to creep up again, so if I just keep it cut back, especially on there, try and get it out. It's creeping all over the place. It's very quick to creep. You can see it's creeping up there. Having a little walk through. Now we're under the two big conifers. You can see the trunks of them going right up like that. Well, there you can see we had them cut off at the tops, but you can't really tell that from the outside. But they were absolutely gigantic. There's a lot came down, but they're still very tall and still very green on the outside. Have a nice effect, but hopefully they're a bit more manageable now. So if we look down here, you can see the conifers there, and you couldn't really tell they'd been cut. Just still green. Yeah. There we go. This is made a nice feature over winter, where the sort of plant deadheads and that have just been a little bit of a nice form. But what you can see now is the new growth coming at the bottom. It's like a succulent sort of plant, a new growth. So shortly I'll just cut all this back, and we'll let the new growth come up and do the same thing next year. This as well, this yellow flowering thing for sale in garden centres for quite a lot of money actually. They sometimes have all the branches like tied together, in a straight line, maybe for transport or something, because some of them can get quite big, these. But yeah, another little winter flowering thing, yellow flowers on it. It's a little bit straggly, but maybe I will tie it together or give it some little bit of form in the middle. Just tie it loosely, maybe. Yeah, it's flowering, been flowering, and we do have this camellia coming out now and flowering. Seems to have quite a lot of flower buds on it this year. Some years it doesn't have many. You can see all the buds, and here's some of the early flowers. Oops, I was just hanging on by a. Very delicate.